Sorry, me dancing. I do apologise.
No, it's fine, mate. No massive burp there at the end of that, which is always good.
Yes.
Welcome back, guys. Well, actually, it's not even welcome back because this is the first time we've actually done something called 7 p.m. with AKM. But we're going to do it on a Tuesday.
Yeah.
So, obviously today we're going to be talking about the whole Alonso thing. We've got the articles. I've got some articles loaded up regarding how Liverpool squad is teetering, and we'll go over. I've got an article loaded up about Xabi Alonso as well, and then we've got the quiz to do also at the end of the stream as well. So yeah. Make sure you're hitting the like button, guys. Obviously, leaving comments as we're going through stuff. What's JC? Honours the same time as Dunk. Is he now arrival? No, man. Normally we go live on a Monday, but with the game and everything yesterday, we just thought we'd do it today. So that's it, really.
It's hard to be arrived.
I've always done it at 7 o'clock.
Yeah, it's hard to be a rival of Dunk and even compete with Dunk. I mean, he does this full time. We do this part time. So fair play to him.
Evening, Carl, mate, as well. Hope you're doing well, man. So yeah, I guess how are you doing, Sean? Before we dive into it, stuff. I know you did the watch along and everything yesterday, but other than that,
yeah.
What thoughts have you got after the game? Anything new you want to get off your chest or all?
Like, I'm really, really surprised by some of the reactions from the fans. I like some of them are saying this is a great performance, great goals, and also I heard the Barnsley coach going on about Slobosly and giving out about that, thinking that it was disrespectful. And
to be fair, I agree with that, and I think I said that on the live. I was like, you would never see him doing that. You would never see him doing that with a club like Arsenal or anyone like that. He's done it because it's Barnsley. So.
Yeah, I mean, like, I originally thought that the ball just kind of went from under and went under his legs, but then when I saw it and I saw the height or the replay of it with you, and then I'm thinking, did he just fucking backheel that? And then I thought, oh, fuck me. So yeah, I mean, I'm not saying it wasn't disrespectful. It was. I mean, we saw something like Nicholas Anelka do that at a pre-season, which wasn't the right thing to do. But you got to show respect, be professional at all times. And I think, regardless of the scoreline, I think it flattered us more so than, and it didn't really tell the tale of the game, where I think Barnsley did very well, gave a good account of themselves. I don't think it was a top performance by Liverpool. I really don't. I mean, you look at there was 2 late goals, and at that, then it was they looked a lot more dangerous on the counter. They put us under a bit of pressure there. That Cleary fella, my son, he played very well, and I mean, he was fucking man of the match. So that really tells it all. But a lot of fucking improvement needed. That's Barnsley. They're 17.
Yeah, I know. That's kind of what I was saying as well. Like in the comments and stuff, I was like, guys, just remember that this is Barnsley we're playing. This is not like, it's not anyone else. So let's catch up on some of the comments we've got to get. Gavin says, evening, guys. Hope all is well. Is the new title a hint that the 7 o'clock slot can't work now that Alonso could be coming in? Of course, mate. Of course. That's why I was talking to Sean about it, I think about a week and a half ago, maybe 2 weeks ago, and I was like, I'm gonna have to change this name soon.
It might have been longer, to be honest.
Might have been longer, but I was like, I need to change this name.
Yeah, I think, like, when we're in the amidst all of the bad form, I thought, should we change the name? It has a nice ring to it, but I think 7 p.m. with AKM has a better one, to be honest.
And I think it's multifunctional as well. I can use it on different days and stuff. So yeah. Martin is here with his AI. We've actually got some decent AI stuff out of him today.
I swear to God. I swear to God, the one of me and the chippy near the great or the oh my God, the Flatiron in Anfield. He has me in the chippy looking down and gloomy, which I thought was hilarious. But I mean, even the stuff that he did for Rylands was really, really cool. So fair play. Fair play.
Evening Steve, evening Gareth. In regards to Sabos, like Steve says here, he looked bored all game, even when he scored. I said that, didn't I? I said like when he scored, like some not much of a celebration there. Gavin said, "Did anybody?"
Barnsley.
Yeah. Well, Gavin just mentioned the same there. Jay, did either of you listen to Slot after the game? I think I heard like the first couple of minutes of it, and I just turned it off. It was something like did he say something like he was happy with the goals that we'd scored, but he wasn't happy with the overall play or something like that. It was something along those lines. I'm sure it was something like that anyway. But
well, I think that's a fair assessment. I mean, the goals that we scored were amazing, but again, it's against fucking Barnsley.
We've got to keep that in mind.
Yeah.
Steve, as I said in Martin's video, that was like watching us back in the early 80s EC home games. I don't know what EC means, mate. Is that European Cup games? Is that what that means?
Are you talking about miserable Martin, Red Raw, or are you talking about our
it will have been miserable Martin, won't it? Yeah. I suppose. Edge with us, evening Ed, hope you're doing well, man. Gavin, Burnley will test us. They will sit in and frustrate 100%. 7 o'clock Alan show. What's that?
I think it was meant to do
AKM show. Oh yeah, that's not bad. Yeah, that's not bad. Yeah. Show them. I haven't got them on my computer, mate, to be able to do that. And yeah, Red Raw, man, Steve. Yeah. So now we've kind of covered a little bit of a refresher of the game yesterday, mate. Shall we have a look? Where do you want to go first? Should we have a look at this article about Liverpool's squad teetering?
Yes.
So this came out this afternoon from Andy Jones, and it's separate to the one that I've done just now as a video. It's titled, as I said, Liverpool squad is teetering and they must sign defensive cover, which goes against what David Ornstein was saying. So I've just lost it again now. So it says Conor Bradley's got a season-ending injury, has reduced Liverpool's slim defensive options even further. Slot has already spent most of the season without Leone, who obviously had an ACL injury. 8 senior defensive options became 7. Now it has dropped to 6. They've got Frimpong, Van Dijk, Konate, Gomez, Kirkez, Robbo. It is a precarious predicament while all indications were that they are set for a quiet January, this latest injury setback should change that. Earlier this season, adding defensive reinforcement seemed necessary due to Konate's poor form. Kirkez was the only fit defender who did not feature in the game against Barnsley. And in recent weeks, Calvin Ramsey and centre-back Lucky have been regular on the bench due to Liverpool's lack of squad depth. Which, before we go any further, Sean, don't you think that's a bit mental, the fact that we've got no squad depth after spending so much money?
Well, I mean, it goes back to what Arne Slot said when he was asked about the transfer window that he had. He said we had to replace a lot of players. Like, funny enough, I don't necessarily agree with everything that Neil Atkinson from Anfield Rap said, but he was very critical, actually, which is unusual. But he said, Richard Hughes came into this season knowing that, we didn't have great squad depth. And when you look at the bench and you look at like 2 goalkeepers on the bench, you know that you're in trouble. And I think kind of thrown Lucky into the deep end is not so lucky for us. And I think obviously Leone being injured in his debut is not lucky for us either. And Konate, like, you can't have someone like the likes of Konate playing week in, week out, still putting in a bad performance and no one to contest his place. And it's all about competition. And this is where I think Salah has a point. He's not the only player that hasn't performed. And even at that, he's not been the worst player. But certainly Konate has had possibly the worst season he's ever had. And even Virgil. So and these are two players, one ending or possibly at the end of his career, at the twilight of his career, and Canate running down his contract, so probably not going to be there after the summer. So I know I'm kind of a little bit elongated with my reply, but it is weird the fact that we're talking about squad depth when we spent the amount of money that we did.
No, 100% is, mate. I will catch up on some of your comments in a bit, guys. I just want to get through this article because it is a bit, to be fair, not long-winded, but I want to get through some paragraphs and ask some more questions again. So it says that Liverpool have already been treading a thin line. Gomez, who has a really bad injury history, which we already know, is the only cover for Van Dijk and Canate. And now he will also be the backup at right back for the remainder of the season. Despite limited game time, he still needs to be managed through a knee injury. Frimpong has also been playing right wing in recent weeks due to the attacking shortages and has missed more than a dozen Liverpool games due to hamstring injuries. I think these are some slot comments from the post-game press conference yesterday. He said, Frimpong has to play a lot of minutes and also come back from an injury. Has missed out on 3 or 4 months of playing a lot of time. He liked him today, by the way, but I have to make sure he can play again at the weekend and then go to Marseille and then play against Bournemouth. It is 9 games in January with 6 defenders available. I have to manage it the right way, which I think that goes without saying, does it not?
Yeah, of course it does. Yeah, like it kind of stated the obvious doing a Michael Owen there.
He then, it continues saying that sounds like a head coach who will have to find solutions internally. He has frequently referenced that midfielders Gravenberch and Endo are possibilities at centre-back and that Szoboszlai and Jones can play right-back, which we've already seen. Szoboszlai at right-back was forced on slot in the opening weeks, and we were able to secure wins against Newcastle, Arsenal and Burnley, but its effectiveness has diminished over time. Bradley and Frimpong were both missing from successive home defeats to Nottingham Forest and PSV. Liverpool's ongoing 11-game unbeaten run has seen them start a defender at right back in each game. Slot also has used more midfielders in his starting 11, and that may change with Ekitike back fit and when Salah returns from the AFCON. But it needs to use a midfielder at right back weakens the depth of another area of the squad. Slot has made it very clear in recent press conferences that there is still plenty for his side to achieve this season, which is why he put a strong side out last night. And performances against Inter Milan and Real Madrid suggested that a deep run in the Champions League is not impossible. But qualification for next season's Champions League is a must. What are your thoughts on that before we go any further?
Well, I mean, I can only go back to when we won the Premier League under Klopp, and the following season, defending the title, we had centre backs, or we had midfielders in the centre back position, and it kind of feels like, okay, we don't have centre midfielders in the centre back position, but we have a fucking midfielder in right back.
It's like we've not learned, innit? It's like we've not learned from that past experience, because that was, again, an experience when we had Julian Ward and Michael Edwards at the club. So they've gone through that already, and it's like they've kind of not, I don't know, they've not really learned from it.
Which will kind of go back or go to my comments that I'll make over the James, or not the James Pearce, but the Ornstein article.
Yeah. It says not accelerating summer plans, which Liverpool have done in the past, or making any moves risks putting these aspirations in jeopardy. Signing a right back on loan, for instance, would be a sensible short-term solution, but whether players considered good enough are available is a different question. It would be more likely that Liverpool think long-term and buy a player who will help in the present and the future. Their squad size does present an issue. They only have homegrown spaces available to register any new signings, which is one of the reasons why they want to sign Mark Gahey, which, to be fair, that is something that we've raised all summer and everything like that. Do you know what I mean? Like the fact that when you've moved on Elliott, you've moved on Kelleher, these are homegrown players that you've not replaced. We're now in a situation now where we're going to have to look at getting in some homegrown players, and that restricts the market for you, doesn't it? So
it does, but I mean, this is a conversation that we had at the start of last summer, the start of the summer window. We were talking about that. So I mean, again, have we not learned from our mistakes there?
Don't like it. At £35 million, a deal was all but fine. Like, we know that. I'm not reading that shout. We know about that. If Liverpool made a signing that was neither under 21 or a homegrown, it would require them to unregister one of their 17 non-homegrown players. In the Premier League, that would be Ramsey or Chiesa or Endo. They would be the three most logical solutions you'd pick if you were to sign another non-homegrown player. In the Champions League, if the player was under 21, they would be registered. It would be a tougher decision as Ramsey was not originally included, and Leone could also not be classed as an under 21 player because he has not been at the club for over 2 years and has already been replaced by Chiesa. Chiesa was the surprise admission from the squad initially, with Rio chosen ahead of him. We know about this, and it just says at the end that Man City are experiencing their own defensive issues, and it appears they are being more proactive to prevent it from derailing their season. Liverpool should take the same approach, and that's the end of that article.
Fucking amazing article. What's your man's name?
Andy Jones.
Okay, Andy. Where's he from?
The Athletic.
Okay. Well, I'm very surprised that that's come out of from the Athletic. Very, very surprised. But I mean, I actually agree 110%. And I mean that there's talks that Man City are adamant of getting Gahey. They're just trying to find the right package that Crystal Palace will go for, and the Gahey will agree on, and they're going to obviously compensate Gahey because obviously he'll have a sign-on fee, which means he gets more money in the summer. So they're willing to pull out all the stops to get Mark Gahey.
Yeah, man.
And I mean, think that's going to leave us in a fucking, it's just.
It's one of those situations again, though, where I know people are going to be annoyed at Gahey if he was to go to City, but if Liverpool don't go and try and sign him, do you know what I mean? What's he holding out for?
Well, I mean, what can you do? Like,
exactly, he can only do so much. So I'll catch up on some of these comments before I go into the Alonso article. So Gavin says, serious question: would you like Alonso? Me personally, I would. Sorry, I fucked that up. Me personally, I would. I will always judge him on his time at Leverkusen, as Real Madrid are a horrible club that have players with ego problems. I agree with you, mate. But what I'll say is, at the same time, he actually isn't doing bad at Real Madrid.
No.
We would take what he's doing at Real Madrid now. He's second in the league, 4 points behind Barcelona.
Yeah.
Like, let me load up the Spanish table. Like, they're not actually doing that bad. It's bad if you read. There's some stuff that's come out, and a lot of it for me is it's more stuff that's gone on behind the scenes why he's left. It's got nothing to do with really the results, in my opinion. Let's have a look, shall we? Let's have a look. So Real Madrid and Barcelona. So Barcelona have played 19, won 16, drawn 1, lost 2. Real Madrid played 19, won 14, drawn 3, lost 2. So the only real difference is there. They've got the same amount of losses. The only difference is that Real Madrid have drawn 2 extra games.
Yeah.
And their recent form is draw, win, loss, win, win, win. So they're not doing that bad, So
no, they're not. And I mean, but like, obviously there was an argument there, or a dispute there between the head honchos and Alonso has decided I mean, it was reported that he was sacked, and then there's other reports that they've come up with a mutual agreement to end things. You wouldn't know really what is going on behind the scenes. But again, I've spoken to one particular person about this, and they're like, "Well, no, fuck him. He made his bed so he can lie in it." So I get that, but I mean, would I take Alonso ahead of Slot? I'm backing Slot for as long as he's the head coach. I don't think that he can turn this around. That's my honest opinion. I've seen nothing but negative football throughout the season so far, and I haven't really seen any improvement.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know, man. We'll have to just wait and see, I suppose, with what happens with the whole situation. But as I said to you yesterday when the news broke, like, I don't think it changes anything in the immediate for Liverpool whatsoever. Like, I knew I had people texting me, like Ed texted me, and obviously you messaged the group and everything like that. And I was just kind of like said the same to you all. I was like, I can't see it changing much in the immediate. I mean, if Slot had got beat yesterday, I think the pressure would have just been absolutely like insane, especially with the strength of squad that he picked.
Yeah, but as you so rightly said, that was a massive telltale sign as well. But then it's also a fucking telltale sign as to the squad depth that we have, where we used to be able to play our youngsters there in the FA Cup or the Carabao Cup. Now we don't have fucking any youngsters to fucking play because we
sold them all.
We got rid of them. So
But to answer your question, Gavin, because I don't think I've actually answered it. I know Shauna did. I would probably take him now. I would take Alonso now. He seems, from what's gone on at Real Madrid, he sounds like a bit of a drill sergeant, and he's very strict. And I think that's something that we could do with Liverpool right now. I think a little bit just to get the team performing again. Gavin says that he agrees with you regarding Konate. He's too comfortable. Jay says that with that whole academy we blown money on was a fucking waste. Then all these years ago when we lost out on players. Agreed, mate. Steve, 2 right backs, 2 left backs, 4 centre backs. If they didn't include Gomez and Bradley being injury prone, Konate playing crap, it should have been enough. 2 right backs. So we've got, Bradley's outfit season. So you've got Calvin Ramsey and Frimpong. 2 left backs, obviously we know they are. The 4 centre backs would be right now Konate, Virgil, and Gomez. Who's the 4th? Endo? Or is this Steve before the injuries and everything, mate? I'm not too sure.
You could put Endo.
Mark says, I've been saying this for a long time, guys. Our depth is the reason we have dropped off. We can't rest Van Dijk. The bench is very poor for a big club and a European champion 6 times wear a joke. I am very surprised that Van Dijk actually even... I feel like it was a bit of a risk playing Van Dijk yesterday because he's not had a rest. So you could have done with playing like a youngster potentially alongside Gomez. But at the same time, can you imagine if we'd have done that? I think we'd have got beat yesterday.
Yeah.
I don't know. Jay says he reckons Konate wants Bayern. They're the rumours that he's heard. Mm-hmm. I've seen rumours of Konate being linked with anybody and everybody. It seems like he just wants out of Liverpool. Like, I've seen him linked with Italian teams. I've seen him linked with PSG. I've seen him linked with Real Madrid, Bayern Munich. He just wants out, by the sounds of it, if that's true.
I can't help but laugh because I remember when I was playing FM 26, which we've yet to do, folks. But when I was playing FM 26 and I was trying to talk to Konate, come on, Ibu. And he was like, no, don't want to talk about contract. So the fucker, I put him on the reserves. I demoted him. And he didn't get his fucking move to Real Madrid. He got it at fucking Crystal Palace. I was loving it.
Gavin says that he was telling me about the signings were great, but was worried about the balance, and which is very true. I've got the messages still, and I've seen them. You said the same thing as well, Shano, when we were coming out of the window.
I said it was just as important to sign a centre back as it was Isak. And I mean, look at Isak now, and look at our centre back situation.
Gary Richards is here. Talio. He says Alonso will be at Liverpool before the season ends. Now, I am a little bit like I would like to. I'll be honest. I would like that to happen, but for that to happen, Liverpool must have failed this year and potentially would have qualified for the Champions League for next year. Like that's what I actually honestly think. For there to be a change mid-season now, there has to be a drastic drop off. Like we've been kicked out of the Champions League, we've been knocked out of the FA Cup, and top four's a distant memory. I do think he goes. I think Alonso's Liverpool's manager next year. I do think that. The only way for me Slot keeps his job this year is if he miraculously wins the league or the Champions League. That's the only two things I can see where he potentially keeps his job, or maybe even makes it to final at Champions League, maybe. But anything other than that, I think he's gone in the summer. Liverpool football, Liverpool chats. That's Jamie Phillips. I remember, man. I hope you're doing good, mate. Big up, mate.
Oh, is that Jay Phillips?
Yeah. He had a channel. He changed his channel name, so yeah, that's Jamie. Yeah.
All right. Yeah, he's good.
Martin, I thought we had some shape. Not a lot of the ball went backwards. I kind of understand Slot with Federico now. He's just not capable of 60 minutes. But to build up your stamina, you probably need to play more, don't you? You know what I mean? I don't know. I could be completely not wrong there. Like I always thought for you to build stamina, you have to do something more. So I don't know. Mark says that he won't miss Kanate. He's had his chance lately. Yes, better, but he has errors in his game on a regular basis. I think them errors have always been there though, but we've never really thought much of it because we've had a successful team, and I think the fact now that the team's not as successful that it's highlighted it more, isn't it? So.
Plus, he had Virgil, and I mean, then he had Trent when Trent used to fucking track back, you know.
Yeah, you're right there. Yeah, to be fair, yeah. And then Gravenberch would come over and cover. Yeah. That's a good point. Jay, is there a chance of Hughes and Edwards playing clever and trying to rival Deals?
Well, it would make sense, wouldn't it? I think.
Maybe.
I think.
In regards to what, Gay or
probably Gahey, yeah. I mean, you know, if Man City have put themselves in a position where they are the front runner, and you want to fucking get Gahey, well, then you've no fucking choice. You can't be cheapskate bastards now. And I know that the irony of me saying cheapskate bastards after what we spent during the summer. So, but what I'm saying is that we can't all of a sudden turn to being cheapskates and then just say, oh, well, fuck you, go on. You know, it's a show of intent for Man City to get their shit together before the season ends and the new season starts. They're building for the future. Like, I love this expression, short-term phase, or short, you know, for the short term. To me, it's never for the short term. Never.
Well, no. Well, to be fair, there has been some players that have come in on a short-term basis. We had Stephen Colker, and then who was that other centre-back we signed?
Steve Colker, whoa.
Was it Kabak? Did we sign a young centre-back called Kabak? Yeah. And he came in January, didn't he? And he fucked off in summer. So yeah, we have done it before, but I don't know. That's your comment. Liverpool chats. To be fair, Slot plays a midfield at right back when we have a right back available. Yeah, he has done. He has done.
Yeah.
He has done.
I saw that point been made, and I had to go back on the chat and say very, very good point. But I mean, that's Slot for you as well. And I mean, you know, Frimpong wasn't match fit. Bradley was just back from injury, so you know there was a bit of folk up there.
Jay says would like to test Brighton's resolve and get Tariq Lamptey. He's not a bad right back, to be fair. He's good on Football Manager, but I think we could get by the rest of the season with Frimpong and Calvin Ramsey and Joe Gomez at right back. I think the big need for us right now is another centre back, and I think that's the first time I've actually ever said that. because we're literally playing Kanate and Van Dijk, and that's it. There's nobody else. Like we can't play Gomez because he just seems to fucking just get injured all the time. He even came off in the game. He came off in the game yesterday, didn't he? He did, didn't he? Yeah.
I think so. Yeah.
So there's that you got to take into consideration. I do think that. Do you know what? I'm going to go back to it. I think getting rid of Kwanzaa in the summer was a bad decision.
And look at what he's doing. He's tearing it up. So he is. I think looking back now, getting rid of some of the centre backs and some of the young talent that we had was a bad decision. But I don't know.
Can't do about it now, can we? Steve says he lost twice to Barca and got hammered by Atletico. That was his problem. Yeah, probably. But I just think at the same time, we can't hold that against him. Like, we've been beat by nobody's this. Well, not when I say nobody's, you know what I mean? They don't compete for the top four. And Slot's still in a job. Like, we lost, what was it, like 9 in 12 or something? He's lost 2 games in the league all season and got sacked.
I mean, you got to ask yourself, would it be an improvement? And on paper, it sounds like it.
Jay says that Real Madrid are now the same as 2004. Too many stars with their running jerseys. Did you see the video of him trying to get them to do the guard of honor after losing the final? And there were players just point blank refused.
Mbappe. Yeah.
He fell out with a few players. There's player power at Madrid. Yeah. Slot football is just mid, not good, not bad, and in many cases is worse. Miscuse says slot now. Alonso now 100%. Steve said a minute starts. Right, that's in relation to his comment regarding the squad depth at the centre back. Yeah, I get that, mate. Ed says Alonso would unlock Verts. Surely the club would like that for their record signing and the future. Alonso would take us to the next level. Yeah, like under Alonso, Verts was, like I've said this so many times, he was the Bundesliga the player 2 years in a row. You got to remember as well, it's not just Verts either, it's Frimpong. Like, he played under Alonso. Like, we signed him from Leverkusen as well. I don't think he'd play the same formation that he played at Leverkusen, though. I feel like Alonso's a little bit more adaptable because he has tried different formations while he's been at Madrid. So I don't know, like, I just think he'd be given more time as well. I think bringing in Alonso would get the fans back on side like that. Do you know what I mean? So yeah. Sky Bet has Alonso at 5-4. Yeah, I've seen that. I may have put a sneaky bid on Alonso to be the next Liverpool manager. Alonso to PSG. No, man. I don't know if you've seen the comments that apparently Luis Enrique said that he has no idea where the comments have come and the reports about him refusing a contract at PSG. Apparently he has no idea where that came from.
Mind you, I mean, Kanate says the same fucking thing, so...
Yeah. Carl says, surely if we want Alonso, we have to act now before he goes somewhere else. I saw something earlier on, and it was something like he said, well, not he said, but the report was that he plans to stay in Madrid for a bit, just to, like, with his family, take a bit of time, think about where he wants to go. But then he did say something. It did say something that he could be tempted to come out if an opportunity appealed itself and stuff like that. So I do think that I don't know. I saw some people saying today that he'd go to Man United, and I was just like, where has that come from?
I think Zabi has blocked Manchester United from ringing him.
Yeah. The club can't risk losing Alonso. I would like to know, like, because obviously Carl and Ed have both mentioned it there. Where do you see Liverpool losing him to? Like, is it City? And in fact, we're going to come to an article after these. We might, in fact, do this article now because it kind of probably ties into it anyway. So
yeah.
So there's an article over here on the Athletic again, written by the Spanish side of that and stuff like that. and it's basically titled, "Where could Xabi Alonso go next after his Madrid sacking?" And it says that he was once one of the most coveted young coaches, a domestic treble winner in Germany less than 2 years ago, but now Xabi Alonso has suffered the same fate as many of his Madrid predecessors. Once the dust had settled, Alonso is unlikely to be short of offers to return to the world of coaching. Here is a group of teams where they think he could go. Obviously, number one, Liverpool. It says here that when Klopp announced he was stepping down, Alonso was the immediate favourite to take over. I think he was the number one choice. I mentioned this on Dunk's stream last week or week before, where I said I don't believe this bullshit that Slot was the number one and obvious choice to come in and take over as Jurgen Klopp. I think Alonso was number one, and then he turned around and said he didn't want it because it was too soon. I then do think that Amorim was number two. There was too much smoke there regarding that whole situation for there to be literally no dialogue whatsoever. I could potentially see Slot being put in there at number three, but I can't. That's only because I can't think of anybody else to call above him. So I think Slot was third choice to become in as the manager.
Can I just stop you there?
I've seen the comment, yeah. So then it goes on to say that he ticked a lot of the boxes. He's got a close bond with the club. He enjoyed a flying start to his managerial career, having taken Leverkusen from the low reach of the Bundesliga to the brink of their first top flight title. Klopp has said here, the next generation is already here, and I would say Xabi Alonso is a standout in that department. The football he's playing, the teams he sets up, the transfers he did, it is absolutely exceptional. As a sporting director, Richard Hughes led the process of identifying the German successor, and it soon became clear that Alonso would not be available. During informal discussions with his agent, Hughes was told Alonso would be staying at Leverkusen for another season. There was no face-to-face talks with Liverpool, and Alonso was never offered the job. Slot, then at Feyenoord, soon emerged a preferred candidate, with the future Man United head coach Amorim, then at Lisbon, having also come under consideration. So there we go. It says here he was undergoing with Slot exceeding all expectations last year. It looked like an inspired choice, but things have been considerably tougher in season 2. He was growing under pressure after a miserable run of 9 defeats in 12 across September, October, and November. But since then, he has steadied the ship somewhat, with Liverpool gone 11 games unbeaten in all competitions. And he retains the backing of the owners, and his contract runs until the summer of 2027. So, as mentioned before, next season is Arne Slot's last season on his contract. So we wouldn't have to pay as much of a buyout either, to be fair, to get rid of him. With Liverpool sitting in 4th in the Premier League, well placed to qualify for the knockouts of the Champions League, there's still plenty for them to salvage from what's been a difficult season. Even so, after another alarming downturn in results would reignite the debate over Slot's future, and if a managerial change was to be made, Alonso would be a popular choice among the fan base. Next up is Man City. They're planning for Guardiola to leave. Apparently, he obviously mentioned that he might leave at the end of the season. Enzo Maresca departed from Chelsea, having spoken to City twice this season in late October and then again in December about the possibility of becoming their next coach. Guardiola insists that he still may stay, though. City are well aware that Guardiola can be an emotional guy, and there have been a couple of seasons during his time there that he may have just left at any moment. If City are having talks with candidates just in case he leaves, you would imagine that Alonso would be of interest, given his playing style and his history with Guardiola at Bayern Munich. So there's that one. Man United are on here, which I don't want. I'm not even going to fucking read this out because it's never going to happen. Tottenham Hotspur are on here. That is one that I think, say, for instance, if Liverpool were to win the league and Guardiola stays and Alonso needs a job, I could see him taking the Tottenham job. I could. I'm not reading that out. Bayern Munich are on here, which again, he's highly regarded by them. If you believe the rumors of Bayern Space, which is a Twitter account, which I think's become a little bit more speculative, shall we say, but they were the first one that basically said that Wirtz was going to Liverpool. They have said that apparently one of the CEOs or board members or whatever at Bayern Munich was one of the first people to phone Alonso when he got sacked, just to see how he was. Whether that's true or not, nobody obviously knows, but we will see I suppose in the future what happens with all that regarding it. But yeah, they're on here, but they're not doing too bad under company, so why would they get rid of him? Exactly. And then anywhere else, there's nothing here. You know, there's nothing here to say he could go anywhere else. He could go back to Leverkusen if needs be. But other than that, they're saying that the top choices he could go to a Munich, Spurs, Man United, fucking whatever, City, and Liverpool. I've obviously put my cards down already and said that I've already made a bet that I think Alonso will be Liverpool's next manager, and he probably will be the manager going into next season. So I don't know, man. Anything you want to mention off the back of that?
I think he'll sit it out and he'll wait until something happens at Liverpool, because I don't think he wants to go anywhere else. He's not going to go to Bayern Munich because of his dealings with Bayer Leverkusen. I don't think he's going to go to La Liga. I don't think he wants to go to Man City. He's sure as fuck not going to go to Manchester United. Despite what the Mancs think of themselves, it's a poison chalice that has been passed on from Fergie to Moyes to Van Gaal and so forth. You got fucking Darren Fletcher as your interim manager. You know, you're thinking of bringing
Michael
Carrick as well. So, like, fuck me. There's not a fucking hope of Alonso wanting to take that on, especially within Ineos and the Glaziers still there. Just the club in general. He doesn't want any part of that. So, in terms of Spurs, no.
I think I heard something earlier on today on Dunk's channel about apparently what was it he said? Apparently something to do with like Alonso not wanting to work with someone who wouldn't let him be the shots caller, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
He would have to have the shot. He would have to be able to call the shots or something like that.
That might pose as a bit of a problem then at Liverpool.
Which is why, I was leading to that, where like obviously we've got Richard Hughes, and obviously we've got Michael Edwards. So would that stop him from coming to Liverpool? God knows.
I mean, they could word it in such a way. Well, you know, of course we'll run everything by you at the end of the day, but the format still remains the same. And I mean, it's not unusual. Without quoting Tom Jones, it's not unusual that the setup that we have. There's other clubs that have the same setup. So I suppose Zabi has just got to look at, well, you know, what has been successful, what club has done well under this format. And you could say Liverpool have done relatively well over the last while, not this season. But, and then, of course, the love that he has for the club, I don't think he could turn it down.
No, same. Catch up on some of these comments then, mate. Gareth says, imagine the uproar if we give Slot a contract extension and Alonso goes to United. Jokes aside, I really want Alonso to managers. There's more chance of hell freezing over than Slot getting a new contract.
Lads, hit the like button. There's about 27 of you on the chat. Hit that like button.
Jay says, my father-in-law called Canati a big big.
Galoot.
I don't know. I can't even say that.
That's an Irish expression. You big galoot, you.
Right. Guy Richard says, give Palace 50 million, be done with it. For fuck's sake. That's never going to happen, mate, especially when they're only going to pay 35 in the summer. City are looking to spend 50 to 60 on Gay. Sorry, I think they are better centre backs out there for that. are the English though, mate. We've just obviously gone over the whole fact they have to be homegrown. Mark says, Alonso or Gerrard, who would you like, guys? Based on the managerial CV,
Alonso.
it has to be Alonso.
Alonso.
Has to be Alonso.
Yeah. I love Stevie G. Love him. Not too fond of the fact that he managed Rangers. But with that said, I mean, there's some Liverpool greats that have played for Rangers, Graham Souness being one of them. But I just think Alonso, just on his CV, I don't think Gerrard is fully there yet.
I have seen stuff as well doing the rounds that potentially Alonso comes in and brings in Gerrard as like his assistant. Do you see that happening?
That'd be amazing if it did, because what a kick in the ass for any player that wants to do back heels in the middle of or in between the fucking goal sticks and passing it to the opposition. I mean, they would clamp down on that fairly quickly, and there would be no question mark over the coaches and backroom staff.
I agree. I think the one thing I didn't agree with was when people were saying, "Oh, bring Gerrard in on the interim, and then he can become Alonso's assistant in the summer." Like I don't think Gerrard would be the manager of Liverpool and then take a step down to be someone else's assistant. Do you know what I mean? I don't think that would have happened. But I think if he comes in just as an assistant, I could see that happening. I could see that. I think he'd do anything. I think he would do anything for Liverpool, and I think if he thought that the best thing for him to do for the club was for him to come in as an assistant to Alonso, I think he'd do it.
All right, Martin.
Evening, Todd Stir, mate. He says, such a strange feeling watching Liverpool win 4-1, but somehow still feel slightly disappointed. Yeah, man, we did. We were. You need to let us know as well, mate. Did you get the? Have you had the giveaway arrive yet? I don't know
is that
yeah, it's JT. Yeah,
JT.
Carl says, Sean, don't forget you've sent him the answers. Jay Garrett says, Alonso has football knowledge and can pick a team. Fuck, I don't want him. Slot has a head like as smooth as a fly away football. That is a good joke to read, but then when I read it out, it sounds shit.
Yeah, you didn't do any justice for that now.
Ian says, Slot has created the perfect anagram for You'll Never Walk Alone, yawn, in respect of our new football style.
Jay Garrett came back into that there because Jay Garrett said the exact same last night.
Saudi Pro League, Alonso v Arteta would be tasty, says Ed. I think it would be as well. Gavin says, only thing I see stopping Alonso to Liverpool could be Edwards. Alonso would want to manage and won't want Edwards to stop him from doing that. Jay says, Alonso v Arteta main event with Sean versus Ty on the undercard.
Make it happen. Make it happen, KSI. Put me on the cards.
Even David, mate. Anthony says, will be interesting if Alonso is offered a job somewhere else. Say, for example, Spurs, Thomas Frank gets sacked. I wonder what Liverpool would do. I don't think you want to be one of those knee-jerk teams, though, do you? Like, you want to be a team that's got a plan in place and stick to your plan and not do what other teams are doing. I don't know. I get what you're saying. I don't know. See you later, Martin, mate. Hope you had a good evening, pal. Steve says, Sean or Gerrard's got form from that. And then Jay Garrett says, then again, though, Adam, Gerrard did say in whatever form Liverpool need him, he would be there. Yeah, which I think is what ties into him potentially coming in as an assistant. So I don't know. Other than that, guys, I do have one more thing to cover off before we get into the quiz. So obviously, speculation has been doing the rounds regarding the whole next Real Madrid manager type thing. And quite interestingly, a Sky Sports reporter, Florian Plettenberg, who has been wrong many a time regarding transfers and anything like that, said that Jurgen Klopp would seriously consider joining Real Madrid. This is then followed by some quotes from Jurgen Klopp saying, after Xabi Alonso has been sacked, There were definitely a few people who felt they had to contact me directly about the Real Madrid job. This has absolutely nothing to do with me, and it didn't trigger anything for me either. I was surprised. That's true. Genuinely surprised. Then a few people messaged me and I replied with various emojis. And then he also mentioned the quote. There's the quotes there again from Klopp about Alonso, which we read out earlier on, but that's it really. But yeah, Jurgen there classily putting down anything that could have been done regarding him going to Madrid.
He's already said like he doesn't want to have. He's already taken a job, so like he's only in that a wet week. I can't see him wanting to fucking be questioned and asked, does he want to take this job? I can't see him going for Real Madrid, to be honest. I don't think he wants that job.
Yeah. I mean, I think he's loving the job he's doing now, as well, as you say. So why would he leave to go to like a fucking hellhole, like which is Real Madrid, which it seems to be. So, guys, I'm just cover off everything here. So, Gavin's heading off. Not going to do the quiz as it isn't fair. I haven't been taking part from the start. Enjoy the rest of the stream. Evening, guys. And then Jay says, Arbriola seems to be the man. He's brought through some of the starters that Real Madrid are playing. Defo man to watch. Too much stress. Exactly. He looks like he's got a new lease of life now that he's not doing coaching and stuff anymore. So, we'll see. Anyway, let's begin, shall we? We're going to head over now into the going to do the world's famous Sean quiz right now, guys. I do have on here now the current standings, if I can find it.
Yes.
So, let me just save this and I'll have to add it to the whole shebang afterwards. I've not done it. Hold on a moment. Sean, I'll just kill some time, mate.
So, guys, as you know, this is a monthly quiz, and it's done in a league format. So the person with the most points at the end of the season obviously wins, gets the Sean's world famous quiz trophy, which I swear to God, this year it's looking beautiful. Plus, you get something from Sean Leonard Art. Now, I think he said that he will do an original for the winner. So, fair play to Sean Leonard Art. He is our sponsor. So, also our monthly draw winner there this month was Muscusi. So, he's after getting a illustration of Mo Salah and by Sean Leonard Art. Our VIP membership is from $1.99 to $2.99 per month if people want to support the channel. They are then in with a chance of winning or competing in the VIP membership draw and getting called out and winning a nice little prize. Plus the videos there that we'll be doing on that part of the YouTube channel. We haven't done in a while, but we will do, I'm sure.
Yeah. So, guys, the current standings are Carl in 8th. Akib is in 2nd with Bon. Got Steve. Oh, Spawn, Akib, and Steve have all got same with 5. Muscusi's got 4. Podge has got 3. M87's got 2. Gareth's got 2. Cranky JD 2, and JT with the 1. So it's all to play for, guys. So, Sean, I'll hand over to you now, mate.
Yes. So this will be the last quiz that I will do for the next couple of weeks. So Adam more than likely will be doing the next one in February, unless there's some miraculous recovery there. So these questions are going to be multiple choice, I think, with all of them. Absolutely. So are we doing the first 3 to guess it? What way are we doing it? Yeah, the first 3.
Yeah. Oh. Just to answer Callum's question, yes, I have a mullet. Yes, I do.
And I just have like a car park and solar panel, which I'm sorting out in Turkey. So anyway, are we all ready, ladies and gents? Question number 1. What is the least number of goals that Liverpool has conceded in a league? What is the least number of goals that Liverpool has conceded in a league? Is it A, 16? Is it B, 17? Or is it C, 18? Is it A, 16, B, 17, or C, 18?
I think, what's this? Oh, shit.
Defects.
We've got it anyway.
Yeah, so I think we have everyone that has answered there.
Yeah, just put the fingers on. Yep, go.
Okay, so the answer to that, ladies and gents, is A, 16.
So I have Steve, Carl, and JT.
Steve, Carl, and JT. Yep.
Yep, nice one.
Okay, question number 2. Who were Liverpool's first opponents in the Football League? Was it A, Corinthians? Was it B, Middlesbrough, Arnopolis? I think I've made a hash of that. Or is it C, Woolwich, Arsenal? Is it A, Corinthians, Middlesbrough, Arnopolis? Or is it C, Woolwich, Arsenal? Who were Liverpool's first opponents in the Football League? Corinthians, Middlesbrough, Arnopolis, or Woolwich, Arsenal?
Woolwich, Arsenal. Is that one team name?
Yeah.
All right, wow. Well, we've got it.
We have got it. So the answer to that, ladies and gents, is, are we allowing? Okay. The answer to that, ladies and gents, is B, Middlesbrough.
B, I was going to say.
Middlesbrough, Arnopolis. There you go. I eventually got it.
So I've got Steve, Carl, and Ed.
Yeah, Steve, Carl, and Ed.
Nice
You
one.
might want to just do another one of those things just to separate the.
There we go.
Fucking Steve is a fountain of knowledge there. Question number 3. What was the score in the first ever match in the league? Was it A, 1-0, B, 2-0, or C, 3-0? Steve was there.
Well, he doesn't have anything else up near where he lives, so I think Steve's a blast from the past to me. I think he didn't have no dominoes, no what other stuff that he don't have. He don't have out up there.
So what was the score in the first ever match in the league? Was it A, 1-0, B, 2-0, or C, 3-0?
I think that's everyone that's playing, isn't it?
Yeah. So the answer to that is B, 2-0. So who have we got?
John and Ed.
And Ed, sorry. John and Ed. Okay. So are we ready? Question number 4.
Mm-hmm.
Who designed the prototype for the Adidas Predator football boot? Who designed the prototype for the Adidas Predator football boot? Was it A, David Johnson? Was it B, Glenn Johnson? Was it C, Craig Johnston?
Fucking Glenn Johnson.
Or Boris Johnson? Was it A, David Johnson, B, Glenn Johnson, or C, Craig Johnson?
We've got it again.
Have we got it?
Yep.
Fucking Jay, Gareth saying Dwayne. So it's C, Craig Johnson.
So we got Miscusisti and John.
Yep.
I think
All
you're
right,
a bit
Chris.
behind, JT, mate. Make sure you come a bit live, mate, with it all.
Yeah. You can still come in anyway.
Yeah.
Okay. Question number 5. Who was appointed Liverpool manager in 1896?
Okay, now.
Was it A, George Kay? Was it B, George Patterson? Or was it C, Tom Watson? Who was appointed Liverpool manager in 1896? Was it A, George Kay? B, George Patterson? C, Tom Watson?
We've got it again already.
Have we?
Yeah, we got. I have Steve, Chris, and Carl. That's the first lot I can see.
Yeah, so the answer to that was C, Tom Watson. Tom Watson. Okay. Question number 6. How many times did Liverpool win the league under the management of Tom Watson? Was it A, 0? Was it B, 2? Or was it C, 3? How many times did Liverpool win the league under the management of Tom Watson? Was it A, 0, B, 2, or C, 3?
I think we've got it again.
Have we got it again? So the answer to that was B, 2.
So I've got Steve, John, and JT.
JT. That's correct. Now,
1901, Steve was one.
no, I think he's saying what when the first one was.
Oh, right.
Knight B2. Chris playing fucking
chess.
chess.
We're playing checkers.
Question number 7. How many league titles did Joe Fagan win as Liverpool manager? Was it A, 0, B, 1, or C, 2?
Sorry, what did you what was read that again? The answers. Sorry.
Question number 7. How many league titles did Joe Fagan win as Liverpool manager? Was it A, 0, B, 1, C, 2?
We've got it.
We have got it indeed. So it was, and the answer to that was B. B, 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 B. So I think we have got Steve, Mac.
Steve, Carl, and Ed. Sorry, mate. Yeah.
Carl and Ed. Sorry, yeah.
You still there, mate?
I'm still here. Sorry, I was just waiting for you. Sorry, I thought.
No. Go on. Go on.
Question number 8. So this is about the European Cup in 76, 77. Who did Liverpool beat 3-1 on aggregate in the second round? Who did Liverpool beat 3-1 on aggregate in the second round? Was it A, Denizlispor? Was it B, Izmirspor? Or was it C, Trabzonspor? Spur. Hey Siri, listen to Sean. Hey Google, make me a quiz, says Jay. So was it A, Denizlispor? Was it B, Izmirspor? Or was it C, Trabzonspor? Trabzonspor, yeah.
Okay. So I have it as Chris, Carl, and JT. Is that right for you?
So the answer to that is Trabzonspor, and that is Chris, JT, Carl, Google Spur.
They all got it right,
They
but
all
I'm
got
just.
it
But
got Google Spur.
Yeah, but but obviously it's the first 3 in it. So
yeah. So question number 9, and this is UEFA Cup 1976. Who was Liverpool's leading scorer in the competition? Was it A, Jimmy Case? Was it B, Kevin Keegan? Or was it C, John Toshik?
I just want to add, guys, I don't know these questions before Sean does them. So, like, even I'm sat here right now, like.
So, who was Liverpool's leading scorer in the competition? Was it A, Jimmy Cash? Was it Jimmy Case? Jimmy Cash. Jimmy Case. Was it B, Kevin Keegan? And was it C, John Toshik?
I think you've got a decision to make there, sir. We have Steve initially put B, but then he says, I think A. Which one are we taking?
We have to take the first answer, I'm afraid.
Cool.
So, do you want to do the countdown?
Well, I think that's everybody anyway. Literally everybody's answered.
We've already told. So, it's actually A, Jimmy Case.
So you would have been right, Steve, but
right.
If you'd have put A as your first answer, you would have been right.
Would have been right. Okay, you might need to just do a thing after Steve's B there.
Fucking Adam, you call yourself a proper fan.
Okay, so this is the final question, ladies and gents. How many goals did he score? Was it A4, B5, or C6? How many goals did he score? Was it A4, B5, or C6?
I think we've got it already, mate.
We have got it. So the answer to that, ladies and gents, is B5. So there you go. So we are going to total up the scores. While Adam is doing that, I want to thank everyone for participating in the quiz. This is my last quiz for a while.
Shauno.
What?
Do you have a tiebreaker for first place?
Oh.
Okay. Or are they just going to have the same amount of points?
What do you think?
Well, we have in the past just given them the same points, haven't we?
Okay, give them the same points.
All right, so we've got 2 tied for first then. We've got 2 tied for second. And then we've got someone by themselves in third.
Okay.
So
let's start with third then.
So in third place with 3 points, we've got JT. So he's awarded 1 point. Tied in second. Both of them have got 4 correct answers. So JT won't far off, to be fair. Was John and Ed. So they both get 2 points.
John Galt, is it?
Yep.
And who else
And
did you say?
Ed.
Ed. Good man, Ed. 2
And
points.
then joint first, both with 6 points, is Steve and Carl. So they both get 3 points.
Okay. So where does that? I don't have the table there, but I can. Let's have a look.
If I load it up right now, it's not up to date, but so as of right now, Carl is the out and out leader. He will now have 11 points at the top of the table. Steve will move into second place on 8 points. JT will go up from 1 point to 2 points, and he will be joined by Ed and John, who are both not on the table. So we've got some new entries there on the table.
Wonderful stuff.
Nice.
Yeah, so fair play, guys. Very well done. Difficult questions. I think next month is going to be difficult as well, but I have the questions and the answers for Adam if it happens that I am not doing it. But I'd imagine probably not.
We'll see.
We'll see what happens. I'm
not ready to tempt fate. I think honestly, mate, I'll be honest with you now. I think you're gonna have this operation, right?
Yeah.
And then you'll be out of action Friday, Saturday. I don't think you'll be here Monday. And then I think you'll get bored mid next week and go, I'll do a watch on. I'll do Champions League. I'll do Champions League.
It's quite possible. It's quite possible now, mate. It depends on really. I'll probably wait until I get the stitches out and then see what happens and play it by ear. But it really depends on pain and stuff like that. Yeah, we'll see what happens. But yeah, I'll get working on the table and just show it. Muscuzzi's just after messaging me saying that Google is after doing them wrong and he's quitting. So there you go. But another thing that I just wanted to mention, and it's only after Don and me, just in question 9, we brought up Kevin Keegan. Obviously, Kevin Keegan has had a cancer diagnosis, and we'd like to wish him the very best and a speedy recovery. It's a fucking shit thing to have. I think it's affected every family, and it's affected mine as well. In particular, my mother and my father. Big time. So I hope that he makes a full recovery. Does an Alan Hansen and makes a full recovery, and he's up and running about the place in no time at all. So the very best of luck with Kevin, and yeah, we're all rooting for him. And Muscuzzi says, I'm going to nurse Sean O'Better wearing my Mrs. wedding dress. As someone I used to know, don't threaten me with a good time. I might AI, or I might get Martin Mason to AI that. Jay Garrett says, all jokes aside, all the best with the surgery, fella. Thanks, man. I appreciate that. I'm now starting to kind of shit a brick a bit. You know,
nah, you'll be fine, man. You'll be fine.
Because it had been postponed twice, and it's now gotten to the stage where I have to wash myself with this special body wash, and that's happening tomorrow morning. So now it's dangerously close to that fucking day, and so I'm shitting bricks. I won't lie to you. So I don't know what sort of there'll probably be pictures of me in the fucking hospital bed all over fucking AKM, Facebook and Instagram, but you know, hopefully there won't be a video of me coming out of anesthesia and I'll be like saying all sorts of fucked up shit. The last time I got a local, I got a local there when I was getting injections in my back, and you know, like they have the hospital gown where the fucking arse of it is fucking hanging out, or your arse is hanging out. I got up off the fucking table after getting 7 massive injections in my lower back, and I started hugging everybody. Hugging the person that put me under anesthesia, the person that did the injections, and I don't know what the other fucking fella was, but he got a hug all the same. And then when they put me in the recovery room, I was asking for their names, and asking them to come over so I could hug them again. So I'm hoping that no one records me coming out with this, and God knows what the fuck I'm going to say. But yeah, I appreciate that. Steve says see you in 3 weeks, max. We'll see.
Nah, he'll be back before then. I know. He'll get bored, guys. Guys, when Sean's got your phone number, right? The guy gets bored, right? I am gonna know for a fact that Sean is gonna be back at some point towards the back end of next week. Like, he will be back next week.
I don't know. I don't think I'll be back next week. I'll probably wait until I get the stitches out anyway and see how I am. But like, I won't be able to fucking sit like this. It'll be very difficult, so we'll see what happens, guys. We'll see what happens. I've never had surgery before. I don't know what it's going to be fucking like. Yeah, I really don't know what it's going to be like, especially with your back. Like, it's a fucked up one. But I'd like to thank the drunk driver that crashed into the back of me. Appreciate that. But there you go. But yeah,
I've got some messages here for you, mate. So we've got Pal saying, hope it all goes well. Yeah, you read that one out. All jokes aside, Shauna, all the best with the surgery. Ed's here for you as well. Wishing you well. Make sure it's a good brick. Steve said, good luck, Shauna. See you in 3 weeks. Hope all goes well from JT. Chris says, hope you get a fitness.
Me
Jay
too.
says, just make sure it's a gold brick you have to make money for your turkey do. Someone kid. And then Miss Q says, Shauna, you was doing that in the sander when I'm seeing you.
What was he doing in the sanding?
You must have been giving it out with your arms and shit.
The fucking the live. We did a live when the Sandon just put up the commentary on the screen instead of the fucking game, and we were booing the Sandon outfit. For such a pivotal place in Liverpool history, for them to fucking do Liverpool supporters out of that who couldn't get the tickets to the game. It was pretty shoddy, but we still had a good day of it there, Muscusi. It was great crack. We were hugging. In the Sandon. We were hugging. There was cupping as well. There was cuppage.
So, I think, guys, I guess we'll call it a night. We seem to be with people leaving, so we'll call it a night. I don't think there's anything much to talk about, I guess, regarding Liverpool now. Again, Sean, you know what I've said to you anyway, but just to put it on record here, all the best for your surgery and stuff. And if you need to reach out for anything, you know where I am, and obviously you know where the other guys are as well, Miss Husey and stuff. So don't think you're alone and stuff like that, especially with this. So just reach out, mate, and then whenever you want to come back, just let me know. You know the door's open. I'm not going to turn around and say no. So if you want to come back, just come back. If you don't, you don't. But yeah,
I'll give you a shout.
But yeah, anyway, guys, thanks for watching 7 p.m. with AKM. First time on here. Could do this any other day I want now, I suppose. Now we don't have this slot thing in there, but we'll see. There's going to be a match reaction going live about 8:30 tonight, which Sean did last night. There's a video up on the channel right now regarding the David Ornstein article. But other than that, guys, that's it from me, and that is it from Sean.
Can I just say something? Jay Garra's after saying Slot gets sacked, Shauna will be out of that hospital bed. that could happen.
It'll be a miracle.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Thanks for watching. We'll see you soon. And Sean back whenever he can be next week. Bye, guys.